Trish, and you're at Trish's Creative Treasures. How is everyone tonight? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. I've had a good day. Sat around and did some crocheting this morning, and then I came over here and I've been making stitch markers and earrings all afternoon. I haven't even touched my sewing machine. I have so much I have to sew, but I sewed so much for like how many weeks straight that I just need to give myself a little sewing break. Plus, I got plenty of bags that are still not bought, so I'm not in no rush to make more. I do want to make some more of my Halloween ones, and I want to start on my Christmas ones, but I got a lot of fabric. That I do. And today I did the same thing, crocheted for a bit this morning, and then came over here and I think I already told you that I was making jewelry all day. It's kind of like my same thing I did yesterday, but I didn't get to do a Vlogtober yesterday because there was kids around, and Jim was back and forth, and it was so much going on last night that till it was like we were in bed and Jim was already asleep was when I would have been able to do a video that it would have been quiet, but I didn't want to wake him up, being that he has to get up at 4 and he's such a light sleeper and barely sleeps at all. But I'm sitting here today just kind of contemplating how I want to do my room and rearrange it, because no go on getting my yard room. Jim just says, "You're stuck with the Trish, you ain't never getting rid of her," and I'm like, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. They get to a point where they need to live on their own, although like they can leave the kids. Like, I didn't want Josie to leave when Des and Josie moved out. I was like, but don't take my Josie. No. She'll be here Saturday, guys. So I think today is her actual birthday. Shoot, and I forgot to call and wish her happy birthday. I'll have to do that then when I get off of here, because I was thinking about it this morning, but then I knew she was at school, so I didn't want to call then, and then till, you know, she got out of school and everything and was home, my mind was already on what I had designated for myself to get made and done today, which I did. But no, I haven't really done much besides working with beads and jewelry. I did a lot of online shopping the past couple of days, so we will be having lots of hauls. It's just like Jim's like, slow down, Trish. I got some of the bigger chunk of what the state owes me for back pay for my disability. So I had stuff in my carts. You know, I bought clothes, I bought yarn, I bought craft supplies, I bought beads. I bought a lot of blank yarn so I can do some yarn dyeing. Got some hooks to try out, just a few different kinds. What else? Heck if I know. Oh, I remember my biggest amount was on Nature's Garden. I got a whole bunch of new fragrance oils, and I got everything I need to make my lotions, my body butters, my room sprays, my body sprays. The only thing I didn't get is lip balm, because I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to get lip balm or not to make lip balm. I can always get that at any time if I choose to. So yeah, last night was one of those nights I couldn't sleep. I was just wide awake all night. And then right around the time when Draken was getting ready to leave for school is when I got tired. So I got about a 3-hour nap since yesterday. Well, not last night, but the night before I slept. So yeah, but I'm like, I get like this. Like when I get into the points where I can't sleep, I get really like, I get so energetic, and I'm like, I can't say I'm like nonstop talking, because I'm not really that much of a talker. I'm more one to sit quiet, you know, and listen to everybody else. Unless I got something to say. If I got something to say, then I don't shut up. I mean, I know I proved myself to you guys on here that I can flap my gums, but like when we're just sitting here at home and stuff, like I'm quiet. I'm watching a movie, I'm crocheting, or I'm watching YouTube, you know. Yeah. But we got to go tomorrow, pick up Jim's oldest, Kaylin. And then we got to do all the grocery shopping because I have Draken's birthday party on Saturday. And then Sunday we have Josie's birthday party. So it's going to be a busy weekend with parties. So Draken wants a pizza. So it's going to be easy. I'm just going to go buy a bunch of pizzas. And we're just going to throw them in the oven. And I'm going to get like taquitos, like, you know, like the snacky stuff, you know, like you can just pick up and go get some of the little bagel bite things, some taquitos, whatever. I'll probably make what Josie calls spicy pudding, which is my chili cheese dip. Everybody loves my chili cheese dip. And then I got to get ring bologna and cheese to make a meat tray, and I'll make a veggie tray. And Draken didn't want me to make a fruit tray. He wants me to make my fruit salad. And it was like I was thinking about cheating and just buying a cake at Walmart tomorrow, but he really wants me to make since he's had his first birthday every year, I've made him my homemade pumpkin cake, which, I mean, it's not really homemade, okay? It's just something I did myself. I mixed up a box mix and I threw a can of pumpkin in with it, and it just cooked beautifully. I mean, you can take out the oil and, you know, use the oil part, you know, with that is your pumpkin is like become your oil, because that's what I do. It kind of takes it, like, it don't have all that fat in there. It's bad enough it's carbs, but there's a lot of fat. So, and then I put cinnamon and cloves in it, and it takes a long time to bake because you got to bake it slow, because if you just bake it like a normal one, it will get browned on the outside, but it stays gooey on the inside. So yeah, it's one of those you just got to cook for a couple hours on low. And then I always take the recipe, which is just cream cheese, sugar, and vanilla. That's what I do to ice in the cake, and then I sprinkle some cinnamon cloves on top of it. And I always get like little skeletons or whatever. I've always done a Halloween theme for him. So at first he didn't want to do any of that, and now at the last minute he changed his mind. So he's going to get a cake. I will make that tomorrow for him. But I'm not going to buy all the little skeletons and stuff, because all they do is get thrown out, put on the ground, trashed anyway. So not doing it. So hopefully it's not too cold out this weekend. I know they're saying, Jim was telling me today, they were saying on the radio that next week, we're possibly going to have flurries for a couple of days. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Yay. I'm still not ready to turn my heat on. I'm just like, bundle up, people. Because it costs so much money. It costs less to run 3 air conditioners in this house and some fans than to run my furnace. My furnace just, it racks up the freaking electric bill. Plus then, you know, I got a gas bill on top of it. So, nope. So what have you guys done today? What did you guys do yesterday, since I didn't get to be here yesterday because it just didn't work out that I could be on yesterday. But I got pizza and wings for dinner tonight. So I ate 2 wings and I'm stuffed. Which is good. I know it's good, but it just tastes so good. It's like, I just want to eat more. But no. You coming, Ziggy? Ziggy's coming to say hello. How you doing, baby? You want to say hi to everybody? Look. Look in the mirror. I mean, mirror, yeah. Look in the camera. Say hello. Say hello, YouTube. Oh, he's purring. I don't know if you can hear him. My little zigs. Are you taking a nap, huh? Yeah? Say hello. You got sleepy dirts in your eyes. Oh, does the light hurt your eyes? All right. Yeah. My boys, Ziggy and Floki, they're mama's babies, and Rags, the 3 of those. Lagatha, she's attached to Draken. I mean, she'll come and lay with me and sit with me, but her main person is Draken. But that's okay. The dog used to be mine, but now she sleeps out there with Draken now. But that's because the cats sleep in my room, and she don't like the cats, so she does not want to sleep in my room anymore in the bed. They kind of run her out too. They're so tiny, and I swear they know that she's afraid of them because they'll just go meow, 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 or they'll go over to her and just touch her, you know, and she like, you know, and then runs off because they're near her. I'm like, Acadia, you're an over 100-pound dog. You're freaking huge. You could squish them if you sat on them. Like, why are you so afraid of them? But she is petrified. Oh, no, you don't. Ziggy has found my dinner, which I have back here put away. But this one got into the pizza boxes, didn't you? You got into the pizza boxes. Oh, yeah, see, there's the look of shame. You stole a piece of pizza, didn't you? Yep. Little Ziggy here had himself a slice of pizza. I know. You were hungry, huh? You just had to have that pizza. Yeah. They're also bad with food. Like, Jim's sister, Crystal, she's been my wifey forever, you know. But her daughter has one of the cats that came from the parents. They weren't in the same litter as Saphira, Athena, and Carlos, but they're from the same parents, just a different, you know, litter. And his name is Jasper. And Ziggy, gosh dang it, sorry guys, he knocked down my bead. That cat can sit on her lap, and her plate can sit on her lap, and she can eat and take her time and not have to worry about a cat stealing food from her. You know, I'm like, how is that? She goes, I don't know. He's never, even when I try to feed him, he's never been interested in my food. I'm like, mine, they're so ruthless. These little stinkers will come up and go, you know, they will steal everything you have and come back for more. So I'm pretty swift now. I hate cooking though, because they're right there when you're cooking, and you got to keep them away because they, you know, Sphere come up. She don't care how hot it is. She'll stick her paw in there and lift it up. I'm like, get out. But all right, I guess I've gabbed your ear off enough tonight for. Oh, no. I was like, hold on before I end this. Let me get comfy here because this might take a little bit more. So I found my old phone because I wanted to use my laptop yesterday, because I wanted to pull up some stories, what I wanted to do for the next little bit of, you know, the couple weeks that we have left till Halloween. And there is an author here where I live, and his name is Charles Adams. And he goes going around to all like the hauntings in Berks County. So I live in Berks County, Pennsylvania, and he has books upon books about all these places that he's investigated, about all the haunts and what's there and blah, 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 and the folklore and the story about it. But there is one that I know for a fact because I've been to this place. There was a man, I don't know, hold on, let me see if I can look this up. His name was Matthias Schwambacher. Oh, no. All about Matthias Schwambacher.
Here are some pictures that match.
No, that wouldn't be him. Daisy, Rosalina, Jose. Well, anyways, I wanted to read the whole thing to you because it is creepy. I think his name's Matthias. And I just, Schwambacher, we always call him Schwambacher. I've been to his gravesite many times, and you always get this eerie, sick feeling, and you just know like his presence is there. But he had bought this like bed and breakfast place, a house, you know. I don't know if it was just a house when he bought it or if they turned it into a bed and breakfast when he had it, but it's right along the Appalachian Trail. So like here where I live, all summer long we have people walking out of, you know, the woods where the trails are, and they come into our town and you know, they eat at the restaurants, they get showers at the park where the bathrooms are, and you know, they do their laundry, they buy their food. So, but where this was in Kempton, Pennsylvania, the people that would come from there off the Appalachian, we say Appalachian and others say Appalachian. I don't know, whatever is the right way. The people that live there, because I watched some of the homesteaders, you know, Patera, Appalachia, you know, and I she cracks me up with her accent, but Okay, anyways, the story. He started, now granted, he had a restaurant, he had a bed and breakfast and stuff, and so he fed people. So when the hikers would come by, he would take them to a back building where nobody would see them, nobody knew of them, and he was murdering them. And he was grinding, like he butchered them, and he turned them into, and this is not a fake story, guys. I'm telling you, I swear, I've read the stories, and I have read, the history part that Charles Adams does, and he would feed it to the people that would come to his restaurant. And they thought they were getting pork or chicken sausage. I mean, he made sausage with, yes, he was feeding them humans. So in his grave, and it's weird because where he's buried, where you park your cars in the church parking lot, but across the street, there's this little building. So, if you would come across the street to where the church is, at the road, it's like you have to go up a big hill to get to where the start of the cemetery is. But it's always been known, now I never tried it, but they say when you go to the graveyard, to make sure you roll down your windows and, make sure you have the keys out of the car, because it was known that their doors would be locked and their lights would come on and they didn't realize it, and their batteries would be dead, or they just couldn't get in their car, or their car just wouldn't start. There's just a whole bunch of weird, creepy things that happen there. But I've been to his tombstone, his graveyard. That whole graveyard, actually, there was a part of Indian slaughter on the hill where the graveyard is. And the church, like, people go to church there, but that church is a spooky feeling. And I don't know if it's just the energy that comes off that hill, because when you walk up, I mean, you can really feel it, but it just comes all down. But there was like a big, huge slaughter. I can't remember the Indian, I don't know, do you call it tribe? I don't know, but it was like their, group. One of my good friend Wendy is like a descendant of them, but they're the ones that were slaughtered. That's why I wanted the book to tell you about this, or to find something to give you guys the facts, because there's dates and there's, the names of different things. It is such an interesting story. So what I'm going to do tonight, and possibly, tomorrow, because I may fall asleep once I get over to bed. I don't know. I'm still pretty hyper, and I don't know why. I feel like I'll crash eventually, but when I crash, I'm going to crash. It doesn't happen often, but ever since I've had my surgery, every once in a while, I'll go through a night. Sometimes it's 2 nights I don't sleep, and I'm not tired. I just feel like I am so like how I used to feel when I was in my 20s. I used to take ephedra all the time to keep my weight down, because I've always had weight issues my whole life. So I was popping ephedra like freaking candy. I remember being at work like, and they were like, how can you cut hair with your hands like that? Oh no, you just kind of get used to it. But anyways, I get like that feeling and I haven't had anything. I didn't even have coffee today, because I go through these moments too, like since my surgery. I'll go through a couple weeks where I don't have no stomach issues. My food will digest fine. I don't get pain in my stomach, and I don't get nauseous, and I'm okay. And then I'll go through time where I don't know what's going on, where like I take 2 bites and I'm stuffed, and it feels like it's just sitting there, and I don't have excruciating pain, but I do have the pressure. Now, if I have something that gives me pain, I will just drink a lot of water to get rid of it, so I don't have that pain anymore. But it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can find online tonight, and get some stories for you, because there's quite a few Charlie Adams books. I wish I had them for moments like this, because I thought about that the other night. I was like, I gotta start sharing them with the ghost stories that are around our, where I live. There's actually this house on 4th Street. Now, back in 2018, my husband at the time and we did this. We bought tickets through like our historic society here, where you first did a wine walk. So all of our downtown area, there was all the stores that had a different wine place come in with their wine, and you could go in and they would have snacks there, and they would have, you know, all their wine there, and you could have as many cups, you know, as you wanted. Now, Bobby at the time didn't drink wine, but I sure did. But that morning I had a tooth pulled. Oh, and my mouth hurt so bad. And anyways, I had taken Vicodin, which I take all the time, you know. I've been taking Vicodin for, my God, like 10, 15 years now, you know, and I'm on muscle relaxers, and I can't be on my anti-inflammatories anymore because of my stomach, but I take restless leg syndrome medicine. I take my fibromyalgia medicine, and then I also have to take Protonics for my stomach, and I have to take Synthroid because of having hypothyroiditis. But, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, anyways, I had taken my pain meds because, you know, the pain was throbbing. And then, oh my gosh, I got so wasted just doing the wine walk. And then after the wine walk, there was a ghost tour to walk around town. And you didn't go in places, but they stopped at the different places that Charlie Adams has stories on. And the one house is actually a house that I was called to investigate, because the woman that lived there, she was friends with one of my friends from high school that knows about my abilities. So she had told her about me. So the lady had invited me to her home to do a walkthrough. And it was just weird because when we did that haunted walking tour, that house was one of the houses we stopped at. And I had never read the story before about the house. I didn't know about the house. But everything that they were reading from the book and telling you, it was like, I knew that already. I was like, that house has, it's like stepping back into pre-Civil War times. That's the only way I could put it, like pre-Civil War times. And it was like, that house is huge. And it's almost like it was like the big, like to do like a mansion back in those days. And if there are fields all around, that was like a plantation, but it not down south plantation type stuff, but like a farm type thing. But anyways, I just found that fascinating. And then there's a place called the VFW, and it's efficiency apartments in there. It either used to be a bar and a really nice restaurant in there too, but that got closed down. They just run the apartments. But the town up north from us is called Schuylkill Haven. So the Schuylkill Haven paranormal team was actually doing the haunting walk with us because the VFW is known to be extremely haunted. And they did actually an investigation the night before so they could share it with us. And then they gave everybody like EVPs and EMFs and all that stuff you do, like ghost haunts, you know, well, ghost, what is it called? I can't even think of the word. Ghost hunting. There you go. Now, Bobby and I didn't stay for the whole thing because our next stop for the whole package deal was at the movie theater we have in town. We got tickets to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But we were both really hungry. And because I had sobered up a bit. That's one thing without a gallbladder, is as fast as you can get, you know, a buzz messed up from alcohol is fast as you sober up. It just, I don't know. It's just the way it's been since I lost my gallbladder back in 2002. But anyways, we went over, and there's from where we were across the street, right beside the movie theater, there's a pizza place. So I just got fries drenched in gravy. Oh, gravy fries, guys. If you've never had gravy fries, brown gravy and French fries is to die for. It is like one of the best tastes in the world. Can't eat it anymore, but it is to die for. So I ended up just getting gravy fries, so they were more mushy. And I was a smoker back then. I still smoked. So after getting a tooth pulled, you know, you're not supposed to smoke and blah, 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 blah. Well, you learn a little trick that you stick the gauze up in the hole, and you, instead of us actually really puffing on it, you're like, yeah, you learn the tricks around how to do it. But we had food, and then we went right next door to the movie theater. And I fell asleep. I was so embarrassed. He woke me up and he says, yo, you paid for them. You know, I bought the tickets for it. It was like 40 tickets for $40 for both of us to do all the things we did with the, on the society place that, you know, did the events for the night. But between the medication I took and all the wine that I drank, and then I ate a heavy duty, sit in my stomach, gravy fries. Yeah, I just remember sitting there, even once the movie started, I was doing the the head nods. And he's like, don't fall asleep. And I'm like, I did. I slept through almost that whole entire movie at the movie theater that night. Yeah, and then I went home and I slept it off because I was still tired when I went home. But, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story about Schwambacher. I think his name, I'll have to ask Jim. He may not even know, but I think it is Matthias Schwambacher. Yeah, I'll have to look it up and get some details on that because everything about it is fascinating. But it's just a horrible part of knowing that the hikers coming off the trail just to be able to use facilities or whatever, that they would go there because it was a place to stay and food. Because believe me, Kempton, it's just farm area. There's nothing out there. On the outskirts of Kempton, there is like a little like store, you know, but there's nothing major there. I mean, it's just all land and farms and animals and cows and pigs and, well, you know what I mean. But back then it was even more sparse. So yeah, they came off the Appalachian Trail and got some food that he ate, and while they slept he killed them and then he butchered them. Yum. No, that's disgusting. All right, I hope I didn't bore you, or I hope I didn't creep you out, or because I'm a little hyper. Sorry, my gums are like, my mouth is going faster than my brain and I can't catch up with my mouth. That's where I'm like, what am I trying to say? Because it's already, that thing's already gone out of my head and my, you know what I mean. All right, guys, I love yous, and this is for Vlogtober day 13. Woohoo! Can you believe we're almost halfway through October? That means November, and then November means, I mean, I love Christmas, but the thought of having to be Christmas because you have to do the Christmas shopping and the wrapping paper. All right. I love yous. You guys have a great night. Till I see you again tomorrow. Bye.